Call this meeting to order. Excuse me, let's call this meeting to order. To follow on what I started the last week again, we'll have a chance to talk, but at the same time, we're going to rehash old garbage. We're not going to do that. Secondly, we're going to make a few changes in, first of all, the new agenda that Ms. Haseman has. She got a copy. I wanted to see a copy that says Odon rather than this, but we're going to try to adopt this for next month. It doesn't require a vote as far as the agenda piece of paperwork, but the things that are in there that are important are old business, new business, and particularly to take care of the old business. So many things have dropped through the crack. Oh, well, I didn't know I had that. That's going to stop, period. And I want action items on every single thing that we say here. We say, if I say to Rita, we'll give you this, when can you get it back to Mr. Bechtel? And she says the 6th, okay, then that's what I want to happen. Those kinds of things. We've had so many things over the past that have dropped through the cracks that we're going to try to change. Okay. That said, the next thing I want to talk about is relationships. Employee relationships and other relationships. I don't care if Ryan doesn't like Scott. I don't care if Scott doesn't like John or doesn't like me. He better like me. That's not right. Okay, but I don't care. We've got to work together. That said, I never want someone to call Mr. Myers, Mr. Bechtel, or myself and say, oh, Beth didn't do this because and blah, blah, blah. That's going to stop as of tonight. Okay, that said, now we can start the meeting. All right. First of all, approval of minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the meeting minutes of the last month.
I want to see them first. I agree.
I second that.
I make that 2-1 or 3-0. Thompson property agreement. First off, we got a judge's finding and judgment on the Thompson property. This is part of the right of eminent domain so that we can extend Main Street. And the findings were that I found basically in favor of the town. There's a couple of things that we have to do as a town. First of all, we got to pay them money, which is $15K now. And additionally, when we put the street in, we have to cut in curbs for that section down there. 2 curb inputs for, not for a driveway, but so they can put in a driveway. And thirdly, we have to tear down the city buildings themselves. Additionally, the good news is that Mr. Arnold has agreed to pay for most of that, out of which the town doesn't have to pay for. So hey, that's super. I don't know where you don't see that attitude.
Yeah, I got you that.
I read it.
Okay. I mean, it's nothing to vote on. It's a judge's judgment. So hey, that's the way it is.
Was that a proposal, or was it actually?
This is actually a judgment. Great findings.
Agreed findings of the.
Yeah.
Is that what's saying?
Yeah. You haven't got a copy?
He never copied me on it. He completely indicate if it's indicating it's agreed.
Maybe nice if you thought you would have
Yeah,
attorney or something.
It'd be nice if he recognized the town.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's agreed, it means that they've come up with the order.
That's the way
It's not all signed up yet, so it's not been approved by the judge, and it's not been signed by us, but he's waiting.
Okay.
Let's see, how's he? Yeah, indicates he's our attorney. The only thing I would caution you about is be careful that it's not, the way it's phrased phased into how we're going to accept that money in, or how it's going to happen with the way they're being paid, doesn't run afoul of any rule that we
Okay.
have as far as accepting it. Remember how we were talking about him doing something with the railroad? He was going to try to help something out there, and there was an issue at, well, we have to be careful how we accept money, or how it gets paid. If he does it as a corporation, but that agreement is saying it's between us and the Thompsons, so how he gets the money to us to do those things, if that, we have to make sure that's not running afoul of any rule.
Call and check with him on that. He's the attorney, and he is representing us in this finding, so it should be good, but
It would be the state board accounts, I'd be more worried about it.
What am I
They would say that
checking?
we
you're checking to see that when they reimburse us for this money, or however that's paid, that we're not running afoul of any agreement, and we're doing everything on the up and up. Because they, I mean, Mr. Arnold says that they will pay it.
Is that any problem for the economic development to pay and agree judgment amount for us as an economic development function, as a, you know, or does he have to do something or make a resolution of their board saying it was a grant or something like that? I don't know how it's gonna come on your books, because ultimately that will become our property. And how you paid for it needs to show up on your books. You might see what I mean?
Yeah.
Got there.
Okay, how, when can you do that, Beth? You're gonna get first action on it.
Oh, yay! As long as that's the last one.
No, it won't be.
Okay. What is today? The
15.
15th? I mean, are you wanting, I can definitely have it for you for the next meeting, or are you wanting it before
I
then?
want an answer before
Okay,
that.
all right, so then I could have it, probably by, the 29th,
All right.
because Shakira goes on vacation this week. Now, I wanna know what the punishment is, I guess, if I don't.
No, you don't. No, you
So
don't.
there, so there.
And then, are you asking, so then before the board meeting, you want me to email copy all of you
Yes,
guys?
please.
Okay.
You see, that's the big misconception, okay? It's like, if we can draft a paper, we have to draft a paper before we can vote on it.
Yeah.
Now, if we vote on it, and Keith and I say, no, we're not approving that, and John says, yes, it's not approved. Because it has to be approved here in a public forum. But we can draft any paper, and even before that, you can email it individually. If we get together as a quorum, different story, but we can't, we have to be able to draft the, you know, get the information to us, so that we know what we're voting on, rather than come to a meeting once a month and vote on it. What good is that for the county? You know?
Okay. So, the thing that I am checking with State Board of Accounts on is the problem, economic paying for it, and how to put it on our books.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, that forward order is less than what
No.
had been agreed to earlier.
No, 12.5 was the appraisal, and went to 15 and we outright.
We were gonna move some shrubbery and do some other things.
Yeah, and that wasn't mentioned, you're right. You're right. That's okay with me.
I think the dollar amount is the same.
Okay.
Anyway,
Recycling center. Is that your bag?
Sure.
All right, go right ahead.
I just, last board meeting, there was concern about how we were gonna pay for, the con control, the feature and such. And I was just wondering, you know, when do you wanna close down the recycling center, and what would you like to do with the trailer since we have permission? I mean,
To
it's
sell it,
valued,
and that will bring the money back into town
Yeah.
for the con control.
and I've already spoke with State Board of Accounts on how to handle that, so that is a thing that we can do.
I think on any task, okay, right now we're doing everything humanly possible to ensure that the trash gets up and running and everything is just hunky-dory down the line. Will it happen? Probably not, okay? But before we close that down, my thought is that we make sure that we're up and running like we should be before we close that down.